Well, hello, dear friends and family members. This is your Joy Guide, Serena. But Serena is stepping back right now as just a brief little introduction. Again, this is Master Emmanuel. And I wanted to speak tonight first about the homecoming. We've been working with this channel and all of you really about the homecoming at several different levels. And you heard this channel, this instrument, talk about how she has designed her home here in the physical world, the brick and mortar home that she lives in. And she has been becoming aware, and we have been encouraging her to look around at her home and see how, without even giving it much thought, she thought, I want this, I want that, as she has lived here for several years now and has designed her home in the way that makes her feel comfortable. And she feels at home here. And also, she brought with her things from the last home she had. And she keeps designing more and more. And sometimes she changes things and moves a picture, adds a picture, or does whatever makes her feel comfortable. The homecoming. And then she loves to be out and about, but then when she comes home, she is comfortable here. And she has just been realizing more. And of course, we've kind of dropped hints here and there and shared some things with her about how comfortable she is in her home right here in Durham, North Carolina, and how she was at home in another home out several miles out in the country. And I guess they said it was a Timberlake address, and how friends moved away. And then she and her little doggy Yanni at that time knew that it had been time to move on because they'd already done what was needed to be done at the time. So then she moved here, and then there was COVID, and things kept getting changed up. And that is the way it is in the physical world. But with all of that, there is that part of coming home. Coming home. And we've just introduced this homecoming now to you in the way of living wherever you live in this physical world. And knowing that that is part of the homecoming. And well, we also know there are some people that you see out on the streets who do not have a physical home or a place where they can go to. Anyway, just a little introduction. And so I'm going to step aside and allow Serena to do her thing. And yes, this is Serena. Well, that Master Emmanuel, he enjoys uh, doing his thing, as we'll call it this time right now. As we keep on moving forward together, and in this group, we've listened to the shares, and we begun relating to them and relaxing into them, and being at home, and feeling that comfort that comes with living in your physical homes. And there are things around your homes that are comfortable to you no matter where you live. But also that important part is that part of when you turn within with your prayers and your meditations and those heartfelt things. We're going to step aside so somebody else would like to say a few words right now. Well, this is Miss Tulip again. Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Tulip, and I just enjoy talking to people here and there and everywhere. And I kind of surprised this channel. Well, she's aware of me quite a bit. And well, for a lot of people, they call me a blue blob because I used to come in as a blue blob. But right now, I'm just this happy, healthy Indian girl. And about the homecoming, there are many ways of coming home. I'm coming home by just learning how to, shall we say, go with the flow. It's about creating that environment within yourselves. And it doesn't matter what I'm looking into this one is into her past, into her history is yes, I've just asked her and she said yes, I can see into her archives, her history a little bit. And we can see here that, well, uh, I've brought up the subject now and somebody else has jumped to the front and wants to say a few words. Well, yes, and this is Iva Schoenhardt. I'm this channel's mother. And I'll tell you what, we had a lot of fun. I want to tell a few little stories here on this, my daughter and our daughter, Dick and myself, because she was always the one that had played in the, well, there was an alley there with a basketball hoop, and we only had boys in the neighborhood, but she could hold her own. And well, anyway, I was having a lot of fun and enjoying our family, and my other daughter, Darlene, too. But Dick and we decided we needed to have an expansion in our home. And we decided a big family room. And so we built it ourselves over time, and it took us a while. And my husband, of course, Dick, he worked. But in our time when we could, we built that home, and it was such a joy. Well, the story I wanted to tell was this because this channel, my daughter Violet, was very active and very agile, and she could hold her own with any of the teams, the ball teams. And well, there's the story of when she was out there playing baseball and got hit in the eye. When it had quite a shiner when the baseball hit her right in the eye. But another story that I wanted to share in particular was now that we were working and had the roof or the ceiling put on. And Violet was up in the rafters, balancing on the rafters. And Dick and we were working from below. And all of a sudden, well, Violet came tumbling through the roof, or through the ceiling, I might say. She had been balancing on the beams, and a board shifted, and down she came through the ceiling that we had already finished. Well, of course, that gave me quite a start. But as we told you, she was agile. She happened to grab the rafters and was holding on to the rafters and swinging, and then let herself down without any injury. Well, this is just some of the family things that Iva, wanted to share a little bit because, that's part of building a home and building a family together. Wherever you are living, it's part of wherever you are at the time. And I know our daughter here now, Violet, lives by herself, but she gets out and about and building community. And that is being at home with herself. And that's a special thing too. And as we learn and as we grow and we look back on these times, we appreciate all the things that we've done together in the past and what we see our daughters doing right now. Again, all of these memories, too, are part of being at home with yourself. Well, yes, this is Dick. I had to say something here. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate the ideas that I see each of you share. And now that we have been learning more from this side of life about self-respect and how our daughters each respect themselves. And this one I understand too, as I see, and I'm so pleased to see her taking care of herself in the way of growing. Much to my delight, I hear her say, I respect myself, and I am not going to allow fear of living on this planet in this physical world be my guide, be my leader. I am not stuck in fear. And you know what? We see her as she is growing and moving beyond being stuck in fear. And we see so much fear all over this planet and all of the changes that are going on. Just wanted to say that little piece. And we also are looking from our perspective, and we see each of you who are here tonight. You are beginning to enjoy your journey more, and you are relaxing and letting go of fear and letting love guide you home. What a beautiful homecoming that is. Well, do I have to say sabong or whatever that is, sabong or whatever? Anyway, thank you for allowing me to share. And this is Serena again. Somebody else who's familiar with you, to you, would like to speak, and he's already begun taking over. Yes, this is Dr. Baker. I'm sitting here with my pipe. Well, I didn't really smoke a pipe as I was Dr. Baker in this physical world. But right now I am smoking a peace pipe, with the tobacco in it and everything. And you can look around and you may see an Indian named Red Eagle who is right here with us. And Red Eagle is combining with me, and you hear our voices together. He is smoking a peace pipe too, but his looks very different than mine. His comes from the indigenous people, the Indian tribes. And what a blessing that is too. Homecoming is coming together on common ground. All the different races, the different colors, the different cultures, everyone coming together on common ground. And now there are some quiet pauses here as we are working with each of you as we are talking right now. And again, we have some collectives forming. We have many collectives forming here. And we are encouraging you to move into that energy of kindness and love and of self-respect in whatever way is right for you. We are moving through what we're calling this channel's work that she does, Spirit University. Spirit University is that path, that journey of integrating physical and spiritual into a way of loving care and happiness and joy and truth. And standing tall with spiritual growth, yet being of great service in this physical world. And again, this is Dr. Baker, who is the spokesperson for the group right now. We've been thinking about and working with philosophy and the mirror, the reflection that we live in. And Greg Braden has been talking about this recently too. And we know that we had inspired this channel when she had an office here in Durham to have a mirror wall. And on the mirror wall were clouds, clouds of glory, clouds with different pictures or different uh, words on them. And the words were like peace and joy and patience and kindness. And there were some fun little, they're not emojis because they were actually on the wall. And when her clients came in her office, well, there was a massage table because we worked with healing on that. But there was also a comfortable chair where the clients could face Violet and could also see the mirror wall. And there was an open window with trees outside. And there was peace and serenity there. And our channel, Violet, had put a nice picture of herself that she could see when she was sitting in that chair. And that she could look at herself smiling. And when she was fully aligned with her divinity and her physicality, and in times when she was, shall we say, struggling, as any of you who work with people know, sometimes there's a little struggle about how to move forward next. She looked at this picture of herself. And as you're beginning to understand this one, our channel, our person right now, more, she has these things out in her environment that remind her of her, who she really is. And that helps her to become, to being at home with herself. And you can feel the settling in when each of us are learning more and more about being at home with ourselves. And Dr. Baker knows too. What a beautiful, beautiful light is shining brightly through her, through each of you here. You really truly are soul flowers. You are old souls. And you have chosen to come into this evolutionary environment at this time for special reasons, individually and collectively. And well, now, Serena has given me the privilege of moving aside with our dear friend Red Eagle. Um, yes, we've had a quick little adjustment here. Red Eagle would like to say a few words right now before the other speaker. I Red Eagle. I'm this one's protector. I let her know more in last few days what protector mean. Just an idea before, a concept. She see me sometimes, hold my hand as we walked out garage door one day. Showed her me, feels my strength. She know me well in this way. I also protect her when she starts thinking those thoughts that are hurtful to her, not respectful of who she is. Those thoughts, those belief systems that she has come into this world to create new environment for herself and for all. I, Red Eagle, protect her from own thinking. Monitor thinking. Practice monitoring thinking. And I also guide her and help her. And I encourage her and I support her with those other thoughts of self-respect that she has. She a good squaw. She a good woman. I, her protector. Each of you have protectors. I send protection to you right now. I, Red Eagle. I, Chief Red Eagle. And I care. And I share. Aho. And yes, this is medicine woman. I too am in the Red Clan, shall I say. I work with energy medicine. I Indian as well. Some of you can see me. I'm beautiful in a way of being bright and shiny. And you can see all of the many colors of love within me. As we have talked about before, that homecoming includes loving and loving all. I walk with this one, often team up with Red Eagle. We make powerful couple. We make strong medicine. We have been encouraging her and have been watching her and enjoying how, as she scrolls on Facebook, this lady who has come along and is on all the time, and she is talking about things that Violet does not agree with. Those things about smoking being a sin, and many of those things that divide people. And this woman is always talking about her husband and giving things, talking about her husband about this and that, and how she's really, in a lot of ways, very personable, but she is strong. And she tells her flock exactly how they should live their lives so that they're not a sinner. You know that old thing of being a sinner. And she has her own definition of what sinning is. Well, we have been standing there holding this one's light strong as she keeps watching and watching and watching those things. And she is it a televangelist? Maybe, I don't know. But she talks to a large group of people all the time. And I'll tell you what, we are so pleased because this is what we're talking about, the homecoming. Because we have seen this one say to her and send her love. And say, I may not agree with you. In fact, I don't agree with your opinions of things, but I can love you anyway. And medicine women and teachers and guides support her, support you. As you soften your hearts, you open them up, and you train your brain. You are training your brain to do what you would like for it to do now. As some of you know, brains, if you're talking about the triune brain theory, the brain is that flight or fight that was part of the evolutionary process many, many, many years ago. But you still have that part of you. But you also have the other parts. And as your head and your heart are connected, and that subconscious mind is clear, and all of these things coming together, what a difference it is. Now look Medicine Woman's lights are strong. They are incorporating all of your lights as well. And that lady who has different opinions, but opinions in so many things in the physical world are just that. They have come to pass away, to change. A medicine woman is sharing her strength as her friend Red Eagle stands close by too. And we keep on growing and multiplying. And all of this is homecoming as well. All of this is homecoming as well. And I'm getting the nod from Serena. So I, medicine woman, step aside. And yes, this is Serena again. We keep on feeling the changing of the energy. And we know too how the storms of life keep flowing across the planet and how so many people have come together on both sides of life, we will call it, but there's really only one, but it looks like there are both sides of life. And so now there's another person, another one of us who would like to share right now. And yes, this is Madame Curie once again. I have talked with this one and through this one several times. And I just want to share with you that I'm glad that you too are learning and moving forward. When I did my work on this planet, yes, my life was about service. And each of you have lives filled with service. We are projecting a snowman in front of you. If you would like to look with your clairvoyant eyes at that snowman, and that snowman is dressed up in his finest. He has his little hat on. He has his eyes. Well, he has a peace pipe too. And he has all kinds of clothes and a cane, and he's dancing, this dancing snowman. And he's having all kinds of joy and fun. Because this is his time to grow and to expand in the way of evolution. And he brings joy and warmth to hearts as we have projected that snowman. But you know the story of a snowman. Because then, as his time has come and the sun comes out, guess what happens? The melting takes place. And the melting takes place. And Madame Curie is still working with the glory and the grace of evolution. And the old ways of living life on this planet are melting and are passing away. For the new hope, the new dawn of the new age, in a way of comfort and care, of kindness. And we often talk about these wonderful blessings. We can see that in so many places, so many people are moving to places, some of them deepening the division, and others, they are softening their hearts and they're moving together in a way of kindness and loving care and peace. And that is the homecoming, that homecoming of loving care and peace. And yes, Jeshua is here. And yes, this is Jeshua with Master Cleon. And I guess Master Cleon is going to speak right now. We're talking about feeding the thousands. As you know, the story in the Bible, and you can feel Jeshua here too, about feeding the thousands when there was not very much food. And yet, in this time, we just want to remind you of that beautiful story in the Bible. And there is truth in the Bible, but there is a lot that is not where we need to be today. The loaves and the fishes, and they were multiplied. And there was help and there was loving care. And that's exactly where you are. There are so many places, there are so many media things. There are so many books to read. There are so many friends to make, no matter where you are or who you are or where you are on this planet at this time. And there is that place to turn within and bring forth that wonderful, wonderful homecoming from within. That place of loving care, of glory, universal glory on display. And it is that power of love that brings all things together. That power of love that brings all things together. And now, as usual, as you can feel the collective coming together, and there are many snowmen and women who have joined us, and there are masters and so many guides and teachers. Of course, Bubbles and the little joy guides. Lotus is here. Maribel is here. Oh my goodness. Chuckles is here. So many guides and teachers have come together with Sister Clara Rose. And this is Sister Clara Rose. You can feel the kind gentleness, the changing of the guard. As those snowmen, when they served their time, they just melt and fall away. And that is an example of where you are on this planet. The old, unproductive, hurtful belief systems and thought processes are dying. They are already gone. As your essence, your core strength, your optimism comes with clarity and understanding of how you would like to move forward on this journey right now. And so we relax intentionally as we move into the heart centers and deepen that place within yourselves of clarity, of optimism, of understanding, and the freedom to just be yourself, doing whatever it is that you have come to do on this planet at this time. And there is peace, and there is loving care. Many beautiful, beautiful choices for each of you. You are your own book of life. Letting go of any kind of regrets, confusion, disorientation, any kind of doubt or fear. As you all keep moving on that wonderful journey inside and out, and there is peace and there is joy, and the experience of homecoming. And it is true. When you are connected with a friend or connected with a nice meal, like, well, fresh tomatoes out of the garden or whatever it is that you enjoy. So many ways that bring you into really meditation when you reach the fullness of self and you feel that wonderful blessing of loving care. And you are so blessed and you are grateful. And Many Feathers is here. Tecumseh is here. My goodness gracious. There is Red Moon here. So many. Yes. There is so much joy and so much energy building. And there is peace and harmony with Spirit University, universal spiritual efficiency, united with divine alignment, physically and spiritually. And we relax and we sit for a moment in the silence and in the peace. And we know that we are at home. We are home with ourselves. And as we return back to the Zoom room, we also are well aware that all of the old that is not necessary and is hurtful is melting away. It is melting away. In the way of compassion, of joy, of self-respect, of loving care, knowing that love is everywhere. And we also wrap the whole of Mother Earth in this place too, as we see and feel and know respect for Mother Earth. And we see that place where our dear Carolyn has been sharing with you. We see that coming together with right conditions, right here with Kuan Yin and everybody. And we see all over this planet there is peace and there is joy and there is compassion, understanding, and the core strength coming from deep within holds each of us steady, individually and collectively. And the more and more and more love of self and love of all. And we wrap again Mother Earth in this blessing. You begin feeling your feet and your hands, and you feel the soft, gentle quietness, the warmth of your own loving heart, and the strength of our hearts coming together as one. As we know, there really, truly is no separation in spirit, and that is the evolutionary process into this physical world. And we keep on moving back into this Zoom room in the peace and in the joy of coming home. And namaste.